Hello, boys and girls. It is Mrs. Faulkner, and we are going to learn a lesson today about showing compassion to other people. This is lesson 9 of your social emotional lessons for Wednesday. Compassion means showing love for someone else. So it's getting ready to be Valentine's Day pretty soon in a couple of weeks. So let's try to show some compassion towards people leading up to that Valentine's Day and how we can show love to others. The lesson idea is putting your attention on others so that we can have empathy and show them compassion. You can always say kind words or do helpful things to show that you are compassionate or caring towards someone else. We can see in this picture that the lady is waving at probably her neighbor. It looks like there are groceries there beside the door. So we can infer that in this picture, the lady is helping someone with their groceries. Maybe she went to the store to buy them, or she's just going to help her carry them in, or she helped carry them from the car to the door. That is all an inference, but we can definitely see that she's being friendly by waving, and so she is showing compassion or love towards someone else. In the next video, we are going to listen and watch a video about empathy.
Hi friends, welcome to another social emotional learning video from Mile Marks. Today we will be learning all about empathy. In this video you will learn these 3 things. 1. What is empathy? 2. Why is empathy important? And 3. How can you practice empathy with others? Ready? Let's get started. So what exactly is empathy? Empathy is when you are able to understand how someone else might be thinking or feeling about a situation. Some people say empathy is like putting yourself in their shoes and trying your best to imagine what they might be going through. Empathy is not about what you would do if you were them or how you are feeling. It's all about the other person. Why is empathy so important? Empathy is important because it helps you know how to best respond to other people. When you have an idea of how someone is feeling, you have a better chance of knowing what to do or say to them that might be helpful. For example, Susie's cat ran away from home last night. Ask yourself, how do you think she might be feeling? Put yourself in her shoes for just a minute. Imagine if you were Susie and you had a cat that you loved and played with every day. Imagine if one day the cat was gone and you didn't know if it was ever coming back. How would that feel? Probably not great. If you were Susie, you'd likely be feeling sad, heartbroken, and very worried. Since you took the time to try to understand what Susie might be feeling, now you can better respond to her and connect with her in a way that is helpful. You could say something such as, I know how much you love your cat. You must be feeling really sad. Or you could do something nice for Susie, like offer to help put up posters around the neighborhood. Empathy is not only about figuring out how someone is feeling, but also caring enough to do something about it. Practicing empathy makes you a more caring person and a better friend. It brings you closer to people because they feel that you truly understand what they're going through. Empathy works with happy feelings too. If your friend is happy because he made the volleyball team, you can use empathy to be excited with him. Even if you don't really like volleyball, you know how much this means to your friend, and you can truly be happy for him. So how can you start practicing empathy with others? Here are 4 things that you can start doing today. 1. Pay attention to other people's feelings. You can watch people's faces and body language to get an idea of how they might be feeling. You can also listen to their words or the tone of their voice to get clues about what they are feeling or thinking. If you're ever unsure, you can always just ask, how are you feeling right now? By paying attention to people's feelings, you will have a better idea about how to interact with them. 2. Think before you speak or act. Ask yourself, how do I think my words or actions are going to make this other person feel? If something you're doing is making other people feel sad or upset, you might want to think about changing that behavior. For example, you may know a joke that you think is really funny, but if you can imagine that it may hurt someone's feelings, it may be best not to share it after all. 3. Realize that everyone is different. Just because something is not a big deal to you doesn't mean that it might not be a big deal for someone else. Everyone feels differently about certain situations, and that's okay. Even if you may not feel the same way, you can still be helpful to others by working to understand things from their point of view. 4. Stand up for others. Even if there's a situation that has nothing to do with you, there are still ways for you to be helpful. For example, you might see a kid getting bullied or picked on by the other kids in class. Instead of staying out of it, you can use empathy to imagine how he might be feeling. Then you can do something about it and help stand up to the bullies. By using empathy, you can be a hero for other people. That's all we have for you today. I hope you learned a lot and you found this information helpful. If you did, make sure to subscribe.
Okay, I hope you really enjoyed that video, and they gave us some really good ideas of ways that we can show empathy and compassion towards others as we move forward to this Valentine's month of February. So just remember that empathy is a feeling or understanding that someone else is feeling. You could look at their face and body for clues. You could think, well, what's their point of view? What do they think about that? We may also think, how does she feel? How can I help? What is a kind thing to say? So, a compassion is empathy in action. It's what you're doing. Empathy is the feeling that you have, but compassion is the action that you do moving forward. And I see many of you doing this when I see a student upset. Usually, a lot of people start coming around, patting them on the back, asking what's wrong. So many of you show empathy and compassion already.
Situation, your feelings mean so much to you, but you know that you're not alone. There's other folks with feelings too. So when you get together, try to understand how they might feel, because they might have their own ideas with feelings that are just as real. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling what others feel. You felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. That's right. Empathy means trying to understand how another feels. See the clues on a person's face, then wonder what's their point of view. The next step is compassion. That's being kind and finding ways to help a friend. That's easy when you understand. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling what others feel. You felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy means feeling what others feel. You felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. Oh, empathy is feeling what others feel. You felt it too, happy, sad, angry, glad. You notice it and you understand. That's right.
All right, I really hope you like the song. Here we have a picture of two boys, and it is Cody and Ray. And Cody came to school on crutches today. He's telling Ray how he feels about missing the kickball game at recess. Let's take a look at Cody. Cody is with the crutches. Think about how he feels about missing that kickball game. What are some words that you think you could use to describe how he feels? All right, good. Those are some really good words. That's right. He's sad, he's disappointed, he's upset. Now, how can we tell that he has those feelings? just by looking at the picture. He didn't have to tell us anything. And you all came up with those wonderful words. So how did you know that? That's exactly right. His shoulders are a little bit slumped. His mouth is turned down. His head is hanging low. We can see him looking down at the ground. And just his facial expression alone tells us that he's not very happy, that he's sad. What skills for learning are helping Ray listen to Cody? What is Ray doing as he listens to him? What's his body language? Absolutely right. He's looking at him. He's listening. He's not standing there dribbling the ball and fidgeting with the ball. He's holding the ball in his hand and he's making eye contact to Cody's face. And he's really paying attention to his actions and also to what he is saying. He's probably asking him some questions to find out more, because when we ask people questions about how they feel, it shows he's listening and also that he cares. As Ray listens to Cody, those body clues and facial clues help him to understand that, and he can kind of put himself in his shoes. He's thinking, golly, if I had to miss the kickball game, I would be pretty upset as well. So he's trying to understand how Cody feels, and this is called empathy. Focusing on the attention and listening to Cody have helped Ray have empathy for him. He wants to do something to show his concern. So remember, the word empathy is a feeling. Compassion is what he does. So what do you think Ray could say or do to show his concern or to show compassion? Let's think about it. Yeah, I like that he could tell him some really kind words. That's true. He could tell him that he's really sorry. What do you think is something he could do? Oh, wow. He could invite him to watch the kickball game. That's true. What do you think is something else he could do that would really show some compassion? That's right, Quinn. He could stay inside with him and not do the kickball game either. Wow, that would really show compassion towards his friend for sure. If he stayed in and totally missed the kickball game himself. But as he's sitting there listening, Ray is asking himself, what can he do to help Cody feel better about missing that kickball game? So you know what he does? He ends up asking the teacher if he can stay inside to play games with Cody. And the teacher agrees. And Ray tells Cody what he is doing. Now, because Ray is doing that, how do you think Cody feels about Ray staying inside with him? Absolutely, yes. He is happy. He's excited. I'm sure he's not staring at the ground anymore. He's probably smiling. What could Cody say to Ray to show that he appreciates him skipping the kickball game too? Right, those two little words. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're a good friend. Cody thanks Ray, and they enjoy playing games together at recess as the day goes on. So Cody has so much fun, he almost forgets that he has a hurt leg and that he missed the kickball tournament. Now, boys and girls, that is a really good friend. And I think that's important, that we do things that sometimes we don't want to do, but it's helping other people and it's making their day very special. And I know many of you are going to come up with some wonderful things to do over the next couple of weeks for people. It doesn't have to be to this extent, but maybe mom's fixing breakfast and your brother or sister needs their shoe tied or they need help with homework and you go help them. Your parents really notice things like that. So do little things at home or do something for your grandparents or even here at school to show compassion and empathy for someone. So today we learned about showing compassion. Focusing your attention and listenings help us notice when other people need your care and concern. Then you can show compassion by saying or doing something very kind. I hope you all have a wonderful day and you show love and compassion to others and others show it to you.